Hubert Busby Jr., born and raised in Toronto. The opportunity to give back, to Jamaica. Obviously, I had a short spell with the Reggae Boys in the early 2000s. So when Coach Menzies approached me and Coach Lauren Donaldson approached me and said, hey, we've got this project. We really want to shape women's football, but also leave a message and a lasting, footprint in terms of what Jamaica football is. As far as the women's football is concerned, really build a program. I couldn't hesitate to jump on board. And so I think after the failed qualifiers in 2014, that's when obviously Coach Hugh and Lauren approached me about being involved with U15s, heading into obviously the next senior women's cycle. Very grateful for those guys who were like brothers to me, mentors to me. I really look up to them, and when they said to come and work with them, along with Sadella Marley, who's a project, it's something I couldn't refuse. And so it's taken us, some trials and tribulations. Obviously, there's always difficult moments, but I really am grateful for the opportunity to be a part of a program that I continue to believe is on the rise. Obviously, when we first got down there, it's nothing to what it was like today. We started, doing fitness testing and beat testing to find out in a lot of cases our senior women's players were far beyond what youth players are getting on in terms of their fitness. So there's definitely a lot of work to be done in terms of getting Jamaica on the senior women's level and where it should be. Coinciding with that, we obviously started looking into the U17s and U20 programs, and we started to see some changes. We were able to identify players early on, the likes of Khadisha Shaw's a U17 player, obviously Konya Plumbers. So that's when I got involved. Like I said, I was working with the Sounders women at the time, and they wanted me to come on board, help out the program. Primarily came in and worked with the keepers, with the senior team, but also helped with all aspects of the program in terms of helping out and doing some coaching with the 20s, helping out doing the coaching with 17s while overseeing all the goalkeepers within that age group. I was also asked to kind of oversee some coaching duties within that framework as well, which is obviously good. I give credit and I'm very grateful for Hugh to give me the opportunity to be more than just obviously a keeper coach within the program. And I think the way that he managed that staff was very good. And so we just went about a program or a plan rather, trying to see how we can qualify for the 2019 World Cup in France.
My name is Will Hitzelberger. I'm the performance coach for the Reggae Girlz since 2014. We've seen a lot of change. We've put a lot of things into processes over the last 5 years, and as a result of that, we've had some success. So it's been a good journey. Most of the work that I do with the team is even done off the field and behind the scenes. So obviously what you see on the field is preparing each day, maybe some conditioning, making sure we're recovering after practice, and then back at the hotel we've got all kinds of protocols as far as monitoring readiness each morning, plugging our GPS in, recovery when we get back to the hotels, and then outside at camps and tournaments we're monitoring what they're doing with their colleges or their club teams or wherever they are around the world. So there's a lot more work that goes on off the field than you actually see on the field. We also continue to monitor all the players through different types of assessments, so we know where they are, we know how they're improving. Some of these players will come to me in Orlando and train with me, whether it's in a small group or one-on-one, and so I've continued to have interaction with these players for some time. We've got 3 players in Norway right now, and we have 2 players in the States, and so because this isn't a FIFA window, they're playing for their club teams, and so all 5 of those players are in very good shape right now. They're getting minutes with their teams and doing great. I've trained athletes through my company in Orlando that have played in Women's World Cup, but we have all that data on the teams that have played in the World Cup in the past, and we know what kind of levels that we need to be at. So over these next 3 and 4 weeks, we'll be trying to improve our fitness to get to a level that gets us through that first group and into the next part of the tournament.
My name's Sanford Carabin. I'm originally from Toronto, Canada. I got involved with the Jamaican national team 2 years ago. in December 2016, I believe it was, with the under-20 national team that was involved with CONCACAF qualifying in Honduras. And Hubert Busby, one of the assistant coaches, recommended that I come on. It was an element of the coaching staff that they wanted to sort of bring to the mix. And my role is advanced scouting, opposition analysis, and game day and match analysis for the players and the coaches. So been with them ever since. Obviously the last 12 months has been a little bit more hectic with qualifying last October and then all the camps this year. So part of my role is to understand the strengths and weaknesses of the teams we're going to face. So I've been watching their games since January. I've probably got about 7 or 8 games in total for each of our 3 group stage opponents going back to early January 2018. So we have a pretty good idea of how they play. Obviously we might incur some different tendencies through the actual World Cup, but my job is to put together a dossier on each of the teams, present it to the coaching staff, and from there they will develop a game plan on how they're going to attack each of the group stage opponents. Today football is, it's 2 teams playing, anything can happen. I think, the team, the staff has put in a lot of hours on our opposition. I think we'll be ready. I don't doubt that. And on any given day, a little bit of lady luck will help us here and there. But yeah, I think we match up well with all 3 opponents. And I think the expectation is that we progress from our group. So keep our fingers crossed. We hope that happens.
Star Soccer Review will be launching Jamaica's Reggae Girlz World Cup magazine on October the 19th, 2020. Star Soccer Review is rated as the most entertaining and colorful soccer magazine on the global market. The producer of the magazine is Alwyn McGill, aka Midget in the Soccer Circle. Get a free digital copy of CaribbeanStars.com Soccer Review online at CaribbeanStars.com and on Facebook.
Our Soccer Review is rated as the most entertaining and colorful soccer magazine on the global market. The producer of the magazine is Alwyn McGill. In the Soccer Circle, get a free digital copy of CaribbeanStars.com Soccer Review online at CaribbeanStars.com and on Facebook.